Hey everybody, welcome back for another episode of T-Roy Cooks. We appreciate you dropping in. I've had a few requests from some of my subs to do a video on fire management for my Yoder Wichita. So that's what this video is going to be about. I am going to be smoking a pork butt, but again, the video is mainly on the fire management of the Wichita. So hope y'all enjoy it. I appreciate the request. Let's get started. Alright, first things first. Open everything up. Got the damper there. Got the main door there. Firebox chamber there. Open up the stack over here. Just everything wide open. And of course, open your main cooking chamber. Make sure there ain't no varmints in there. Alright, so everything's going there. It looks good. Alright, now let me show you something else down here. Alright, let me show you a little handheld here. Alright, there's a propane tank right there because I've got a burner set up. See, it's going in the end of the firebox there. I've got a burner sitting inside. It's right here in the middle. See it running the length here. Fixing to put some, what do I have here? I've got this B&B oak lump charcoal. We're going to put that in there and then we're going to fire it up. Alright, so I don't lose any charcoal or anything, I like to close the door at this point just for a second. Whole bag going in. Alright, now let's light this bad boy. There we go. Turn my gas on. Okay. Let me bring you in here close so y'all can see this. Alright, we're fixing to light this bad boy up. See, I've got my igniter here. Let's get her going. There we go. Got a little water in my firebox. I guess somebody forgot to cover it up. Who would that be? But anyhow, so that's what we got right there. You can see a nice little fire going. And we're just going to let those coals get lit up real good. It'll probably take 15-20 minutes. I think that's like a 60,000 BTU. So I can really crank it up if I wanted. But anyway, we're going to let that go for a little bit and we'll be right back as soon as these turn red. Alright, it's been about 15 minutes. As you can see, the coals are going really good. I did shut this door, not all the way, it's still cracked a little bit. And I did shut the main cooking chamber door, but I'm going to turn this gas off real quick here. Okay, and then we're going to put some, depending on the size wood you have, this is pecan wood. At this point I just like to throw a couple of pieces on there and let them get going. I'll shut this down, shut that down, and leave this door here cracked a little bit so a little more air can get in there since you just put wood on there. And we're going to let this come up to temp. I'm going to probably cook about 250-ish today. So I'm going to try to get this up a little higher than that to begin with. And that may take another 20-30 minutes. So we'll check back here in a little bit. Alright, it's been about another half hour. Let's check and see what we got here. On the firebox end, we've got about a little less than 325 Fahrenheit. Over on this other end, pushing 250 Fahrenheit. And again, the stack is wide open. Let's check out the firebox. See, I did shut the door after the coals, after the fresh wood got going. I went ahead and shut this door all the way. And usually you would add wood into the side door right here, but you know, if you're looking, you ain't cooking. But let's show you what I got. That's what the coals are looking like. And that's what you want. That looks fine right there. We're gonna let that go a little bit. When they start dwindling down, then we'll add some more wood. But for now, we're ready to cook. And you know, I got to show you what I'm cooking. Now, I've got some gloves here that I use exclusively for cooking. I'll slide them on real quick. Give them a good shake. Alright, now let's open the main chamber here. Looks good. That's what I got. Nice bone-in pork butt, about 8-pounder. We're going to stick it right here in the middle. Just like that. We're going to let that baby roll. Check back here in a little bit when we need to add some wood. Alright, man, the pig has been on for about a half hour. And once this pig gets up to temp, as you can see right there, it's holding about 275 Fahrenheit. And on this end, more about 225 Fahrenheit. So, it usually has about a 50-degree variance from end to end in the cooking chamber. And I was going to show you real quick here. since it's down to about 275 or so on this this wood end right here, what you need to do, start adding your little wood. Get you a poker, something you can poke the fire around with. And that's what you got right there. See all up in there? So we need to add some more wood. And this is just like a regular fire in a fireplace. You got to poke it around every once in a while. Knock all the ashes off. All right, let me get some wood. All right, and I've got a larger chunk of pecan. Put it right there. And I'm gonna shut this down just a little bit like that, so so that wood can get going. You can see how much I've got it cracked right there. So we're just gonna let that go for a little bit until that wood catches, and I'll show you here in a second what we're gonna do next. Okay, that wood didn't take long to catch. I just want to show y'all real quick. It is it's 1 o'clock. Y'all can see that. I don't know if you can or not, but it's 1 o'clock Central Time here where I am in Texas. Again, the pig's been on about a half hour, so we'll let this fire. Let this wood, I mean, you can see a little better right there. We're just gonna let that wood burn and really catch on here for another, I'd say another 3-4 minutes, and then we're gonna shut this main door right here. And if we need to adjust it, we can adjust this damper right here. A lot of times I'll cook with it about halfway open, but sometimes when it's damp outside, you need to do it wide open. You just have to play with it and see. There we go. We'll let that go a few minutes. We'll be right back. Alright, now it's been about 5 minutes. You can see it's 105. Come on, there we go. 105 right there. So I got my wood going. It's looking really good. Looking real good. So we're going to close that baby back down, and we're going to keep adjusting it until the temperature kind of stabilizes. If we need to, again, we can shut this down by halfway. And it's looking pretty good. But I want to show y'all too. Once you put wood in there, up here you'll see, once you close that main chamber door, I mean the firebox door, you'll start seeing white smoke billowing out of there. And that's simply because you put a brand new piece of wood in there. Usually when you're cooking, you'll either not see any smoke at all, or it'll be really, really faint smoke like what you're seeing right now. Oh, there comes the smoke. Now see? See all that billowing white smoke coming out of there? That's because I just put that wood in there and close the door. Looking pretty good. Let's see what the temps look like. About 325 there. And close to 250 on that one. But yeah, that billowing smoke, that'll die down once the wood comes to equilibrium in the chamber here. See what it's doing in there a little bit. See it better right there, I guess. Yeah. That's what we're looking like. Okay, we're just going to let her go, and we'll keep trying to hold this temperature on the firebox end at about 325, 300, somewhere in that range. And again, if we need to, we'll just adjust the damper right here. So that's what we're going to do. All right, everybody, it's been about an hour. As you can see, it's right below 300 degrees Fahrenheit here at the smoking chamber side. You can see it's got 203, actually 204 now. So it has been right at an hour since we added that last wood. So we're going to add some more because it's dropping down below 300 again. I just want to try to maintain it. You can see the door is still shut over here, but the baffle is still wide open, like so. Oh, and if you're asking yourself, what is this? I bought a Guru. It's a meat probe monitoring fire management thing, but my Guru would plug in right here. That's where that goes. So that's all that is. All right, and this time let's see if we can add some wood. I'm just going to put the wood up here. All right, so that's what I have left over, just a bunch of ashes, and it's still fire in there. And I've got some wood here. It's again pecan, but this is a little smaller, thinner piece. So this time I'm going to add 2, just like that. You can put them this way or that way, or throw them in there any way you want. And again, I'm going to open this door over here, let some air get in there. And it's best not to put your wood in this way, but I do it sometimes just because I'm crazy like that. The best way to do it is to put your wood in over here. I think I mentioned that before. But let's let that wood catch, and we're just gonna do the same thing we did last time. Just kind of let some air get in there and let that wood catch for 5 or 10 minutes or so. And then we'll shut it down, lock her down, and we'll be good to go. All right, let's just do a little follow-up since we just added that wood about 10-15 minutes ago. It's 2:14. Let's check on the temperature. So what we're looking like here. It's about 375. So we need to close this down a little bit. And as you can see up here, it's not really smoking a whole lot. That's about what you want when you're normally cooking. Just a light blue smoke. So that's looking really good. Let's see if we can close down this damper right here and this door. We'll close that damper about halfway because we're approaching 400 degrees inside the chamber there. So that's where we're at now. And if it starts billowing smoke too bad, then we'll open this damper up fully. And if it's still smoking, which sometimes happens, you just crack that door open just a little bit, and that's usually going to give you enough relief. So that's where we're at. We'll check back in here in a little bit. Alright folks, check it out. It's 2:20. So it hadn't been that long since I shut the camera down a while ago. But I got the door closed, I got the hamper halfway. But if you look, or the damper halfway, I'm sorry. See how much smoke's coming out of there? That means that wood's not burning real good in here. Need some more air, or maybe we just need to poke it around a little bit. So let's just flip this wood around a little bit in here. And again, it's just like working with a fireplace. You know, just got to poke it every once in a while, get the ashes off of there. Just like so. Got to tend your fire. That's what cooking's all about. Now, see, there you go. That looks good. We're going to shut her back down. And we're going to let her go for a little bit longer. And these pieces of wood weren't that thick, so we're probably going to have to add wood sooner than an hour. But usually a nice piece, about once an hour, you have to add your piece. Alright everybody, look, that wood almost lasted an hour. It's 2:53. And temperature's starting to drop a little bit. So we're down a little bit less than 300. About 275, 280. So we need to add some more wood. But before I do that, well, yeah, let's go ahead and add some more wood. Alright, let me put you over here. Okay. Get you set up right over here. Open up the firebox. Get some wood. Alright, and this is probably going to burn pretty quick. I just got some little bitty small pieces here. I'm going to toss them in. Just like so. Close that door. It's about there. You know, leave a couple of inches in there just to get it going. Now, let me show you over here. It's been a little bit hotter than normal here when I was cooking, but let's check out this pork butt. That's what she's looking like, and we need to flip that son of a gun around because it's been cooking on this firebox side pretty good, but we need to spin it around. See, it's starting to get a little dark over here. And also, it's not just spin it around, but I'm gonna move it over here to this edge over here. Tell you what, now that's cool. We got the fat side on the bottom down there. We're gonna let it ride like that for a little bit. All right, we're gonna close it back down. We're gonna let this get it back up to temp, and we'll be right back. All right, folks, as you can see, fire's going pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and close this baby up a little bit, just like so. Let that baby rock and roll, and we'll be back here in a little bit. All right, everybody, we're back. It's 3:23, and I forgot to mention too, it's about every 15-20 minutes you want to check this thing. Let's see where we're at right now. About 300. Yeah, she's about 300 degrees right there. So we need to add some more wood. I didn't think that wood would last very long. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to put a little wood in there. And I ran out of pecan, so we're going to use a little bit of oak. Just like that. And we need to crack open the door again. There we go. Let some, oh, I had that shut down a little bit. Anyway, let some air get in there. Let that oak wood get all heated up, catch fire, and we'll check on it here in a few. All right, we just added that oak to this Wichita, and trying to get it up, you know, let it catch fire. And I wanted to mention, throughout this whole time, I think it's been like 3.5 hours we've been together now. You know, time flies, doesn't it? But about every 10-15 minutes, I'm checking on the temperature of the Wichita. I'm checking to see how much smoke is coming out of the smokestack. I'm checking to see if I need to adjust the damper or open the door a little bit, you know. So these stick burners, they produce wonderful, I mean, just excellent barbecue. But you really need to pay attention to them. You need to tend to them. Make sure your fire is going. Make sure you're not getting too much smoke on your meat. Make sure your meat's in the spot on the cooking chamber that you want it to, you know, for the temperature, because that temperature variations from side to side, you know, usually. And I mean, the Yoder here, it's usually about a 50 degree, sometimes 75 degree from end to end of the cooking chamber, but every grill's different. Every smoker's different. So again, just tend to your fire. You know, just make sure you got a good fire going. Don't let it snuff out and start smoking the crap out of your meat, because that'll get real bitter on your meat. You don't want that. You got to make sure you got good airflow going through your pit. Make sure your fire is staying flamed up. It's not smoldering. And make sure you put your meat in the right spot in your cooking chamber according to what kind of temperature you want to be cooking it at. So again, every 10-15 minutes, just give it a check. We love this kind of stuff. It reminds me of camping out back, camping outdoors. You know, we're having a good time. But again, maintain your fire. All right, let's check on this oak. Yeah, she's flaming up pretty good. I think it's about time we close the door. Let's check it out. See, just get your little doohickey right here, something, you know, some gloves or something. And since I just put that wood in there, I'm just going to leave it a little bit cracked. You know, about like that, about that wide. I know you can't really see that because it's black on black, but about that wide right there. We're going to let that go for another 5, 10, 15 minutes, and at that point I'm going to close the door. Just got to maintain your fire, man. And we're going to show you the final pork butt. Let's check it out right now. Look here, that's what we got right now. See, don't that look pretty? Y'all want to zoom in on that real quick? Ain't that pretty? That's what we got right now. It's feeling really good. But it's only been on, let's see what time it is. I put it on about 12:30, and look, it's 3:30. See? So it's only been on 3 hours, and it's looking good already. So we're gonna keep going, maintaining the fire, cooking this pork butt. We'll show you the final product. I think y'all get the idea of how to maintain a fire though. It's fun. Alright folks, we're back. It's about 5:37 or so. So that pork butt's been on there, what, 5 hours? But anyway, like I said, every 10-15 minutes I'm checking on this thing. And the temperature right now is about 300, but it had gotten down to about 250, and I was saying to myself, that seems kind of odd, because I got some fresh wood on this thing. Let me show you. Yeah, and usually you don't do this, but just for this video. So I got 2 huge lunks of log right there. There's no way this thing should be that low, but I deprived the wood of oxygen, the fire, and that was making it smolder a little bit. So again, I cracked the door right there, and I got the damper wide open, and temperature's coming up. See, 300 now. It was about 250 a short time ago. Anyway, we're doing good, man. Oh, let's check on the pork butt for you. And I did put thermometer probe in there. Let's see where we're at here. 173, 270. Okay, so the internal temp of the, it's 173 for the internal temp of the pork butt, and 270 for the probe for the pit. Anyway, don't that look good? That looking pretty doggone good right there.